I'm getting a lot of calls from investors wanting to convert motels and hotels to apartments. In this video, we're going to go over why it is a good idea and what to look out for. Let's go! First, let's define the difference between a motel and a hotel. Hotels typically have hundreds of rooms and several different floors. They generally have staircases, elevators, and interior corridors that go to the front doors of the rooms. And extended stay hotels are the ideal conversion prospect because they're typically larger units, 400 to 500 square feet, and they have kitchens. Motels, on the other hand, are typically 1 or 2 floors, and the guests can access the rooms directly from the parking lot. They have open air corridors and staircases and usually only range from 200 to 300 square feet. Most hotels are smaller, older, owner-operated assets that are in secondary or tertiary markets. The big hotel brands typically won't put their names on these motels, which is one of the reasons why a lot of motels struggle. Now we'll go over 5 reasons why these conversions to apartments are a good idea. Number 1, lower acquisition price. COVID has caused a lot of disruption in the hotel and motel world that most of these won't be able to recover from even when the vaccine is fully distributed. This, of course, increases vacancy, it lowers the per night rent stay, and it allows investors to pick up these assets at a reasonable enough price to compensate for the large cost to convert to apartments, or what's also called micro apartments. Number 2 reason it's a good idea to convert: shortage of rental housing. Due to the high cost of home ownership and a bunch of other reasons, we are so far behind in building enough units to keep up with rental demand. And those apartment projects that are being built from the ground up are pricing many of the renters out. Number 3 reason: converting from hotels to apartments is a heck of a lot faster than building from the ground up. Most of these conversions, depending on the zoning hurdles, can take under 6 months to complete. New construction of apartments can easily take 18 months plus from planning to delivery. Number 4, apartments are more stable than motels on the cash flow, which allows them to get better capital and trade lower on the cap rates when they go to sell in the future. And number 5, converted projects can deliver fully renovated units, oftentimes up to 20% below comparable rental units, and smoke the competition. Okay, now let's quickly go over 10 things to look out for when you're doing hotel to apartment conversions. Number 1, this is going to be a change of use, which means there's going to be building code changes and zoning changes. It's the very first thing you want to find out before you even get involved. If the respective planning department isn't going to allow the zoning or use change, move on. Number 2, you want to make sure the location is really good. Duh. But think about it. If a motel or hotel isn't doing well, it's oftentimes not doing well because it's in a bad location. No matter how cheap you can pick up the hotel for, if the location doesn't work for long-term renters, move on. Number 3, most hotels are set up as either studios or 1-bedrooms. And if the market is calling for more studios and 1-bedrooms, great. But most markets really also like to have 2 bedrooms. And depending on the construction and the location of structural components, that might not be possible or cost prohibitive. Number 4, bathrooms can be challenging if you're looking to combine units or add bedrooms. If a hotel is 2 or more stories, typically they're built so that bathrooms are stacked on top of each other for plumbing and venting purposes. So if bathrooms have to be added or moved, the challenge is lining them up and the associated cost. The biggest challenge in conversions is typically the kitchens. If they already have full-size kitchens with full-size appliances, sure makes it easier, but that usually isn't the case. And you'll definitely want to have full-size kitchens so you or your end buyer can get institutional financing through Fannie and Freddie, and that's one of their requirements. The number 6 thing to be aware of is amenities. Many hotels will have amenities that don't make sense for apartments, like commercial kitchens, big meeting or conference rooms, the laundry facilities that the staff uses to wash his towels with, restaurants and bars. Some popular apartment amenities to replace these hotel amenities are larger gyms, game rooms, 24-hour clubhouses, one-room home office rentals by the tenants. You could add additional units, a movie room, study areas, and converting conference or meeting rooms into climatized storage units. Number 7, fire sprinklers. Many of the motels under old building codes don't have fire sprinklers, and the change of use is going to require them. From my research, fire sprinklers are running anywhere from $2 to $7 a square foot of sprinklered area. So if you had 80 units at 400 square feet each, that's 32,000 square feet times $5 a square foot is $160,000 or $2,000 a unit just for fire sprinklers. The number 8 thing to look out for is cost. And costs are ranging from $15,000 to $30,000 a unit, so it's really important you buy these motels or hotels right. You will naturally be earning less rent than standard apartment complexes, so your all-in costs have to reflect that so you can still be profitable. The number 9 thing to consider, these deals are actually really hard to find. They're hard to find because the location has to work, and a lot of these motels and hotels are in bad locations. Layouts have to accommodate a full kitchen and still be viable. Zoning has to allow it. The purchase price has to be low due to the higher conversion costs. You need to have an experienced contractor, and typically you have to buy enough rooms to make it all worth it. And the number 10 thing you have to look out for is overbuilding. You gotta check with brokers, planning officials, permit trackers, and local engineers to see what the pipeline is of new apartment complexes and motel hotel conversions to apartments so you don't get caught up in the craze. As a broker, I've seen it a million times where the new sexy thing is what everyone starts doing, hotel to apartment conversions, and then lots of folks get caught with their pants down. That's all. I hope you got great content out of this video. Give me a like down below, and of course, please give me a subscribe. See you on the next one. And oh my God, nope. Make this, no. Is it good? Oh my God. If the, oh my God.